Donald Trump is drowning financially and begging people for money as he struggles to pay the legal fines he owes from his civil fraud trial. And now a trial date has been set for his hush money case. For more on this, it's time for a closer look. Today was a huge legal day for Donald Trump. And I know I say that a lot, but it's also true a lot. First, he appeared in a Manhattan court case for his hush money case, where a judge ruled that a trial will begin on April 15th, and Trump was uncharacteristically tight-lipped when he arrived.
Are you getting a bond?
Thank you very much, everybody.
Are you getting a bond?
This is a witch hunt. It's a hoax. Thank you.
That's it? Starting to sound like a burned-out hypnotist. You're getting very sleepy. Okay, now you're a chicken. Thank you. You know what's bad when he can't even bring himself to stop and rant for 45 minutes about Sleepy Joe or Hunter's laptop or windmills? He just goes through the motions on a couple of catchphrases and wanders off. It's like seeing a depressed Buzz Lightyear in Times Square smoking a cigarette. To infinity and beyond. Now give me $5 and off. Trump also got a lifeline from an appeals court today, which ruled that he has 10 days to post a bond of $175 million, which is still massive, but less than the total $454 million in fines that he owes from his civil fraud trial. New York authorities were preparing to seize Trump's properties if he couldn't come up with the cash, which set him off. Shortly after midnight, Trump posted this incomprehensible screed on social media. Why should a crooked, highly political New York judge working in concert and coordination with an even more corrupt attorney general, his puppet master, and the White House be allowed to take away and sell off very successful properties and assets that took me years to zone, build, and nurture into some of the best of their kind anywhere in the world when I have done nothing wrong. Mad about that part. These radical left lunatics and communists asked me to pay a ridiculous and completely unheard of fine of over $450 million only because they saw a similar amount in my bank account. I had intended to use much of that hard-earned money on running for president. They don't want me to do that. Election interference! Now, that's a lot of words, so we translated it from Trump to English, and here's what it means. I don't have the money, frowny face emoji. The whole thing punctures the central myth of Trump's life and career. As you'll recall, one of the very first things Trump told us about himself when he announced his campaign back in 2015 was that we could trust him to be independent because he didn't need anyone else's money.
Here's the good news. I'm very rich. I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I don't need anybody's money. I'm using my own money. I'm not using the lobbyists. I'm not using donors. I don't care. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. I'm turning down millions of dollars for the campaign. Millions. Everybody's offering me money, and I don't want it. So I'm turning down millions of dollars.
I'm turning down millions of dollars, and I definitely won't come to regret it. As a general rule, if you're the kind of guy who knowingly breaks laws and commits fraud, you probably shouldn't go around bragging that you'll never need anyone's money. It's like an Alaska Airlines flight attendant saying, in case of an emergency, although who are we kidding? Nothing bad's gonna happen. This is a Boeing plane. Of course, Trump not taking money wasn't true at the time. Trump raised millions in 2016, and it's especially untrue now when he and his allies are on TV all the time begging for money.
I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25. If you could chip in, if you've done well, if you've remembered those great 4 years that we had where you made a lot, we need your help.
You need to help this man, Donald J. Trump. They're trying to drain him dry. Give the president some money to fight this bull. Stand up and help the man. Pray for our country. Pray for him. Go to DonaldJTrump.com and give money so he can defend themselves. America literally is at stake as we know it, is at stake as we know it. I'm sorry I'm so upset, but please help President Trump. If you can afford $5 or $10, if you can't afford $1 fine, just pray. Pray for this country, pray for this president, and if you got any money to give, give it.
This is the worst ASPCA commercial I've ever seen. Soon Lindsay's gonna start singing Sarah McLachlan over pictures of Trump looking sad. In the arms of an angel. What's that, Mima? What? Well, maybe I could carry a tune better if I wasn't carrying your pills around all day. Yeah, I said it, Mima. Also, I don't think the pills work when you wash them down with mint juleps. You old hag. I gotta go back to what I'm doing now. I know they stopped laughing at the bit. I'm here too. I got ears just like you, Meemaw. Because it's the 1500th show, and I'm allowed to do what I want. I know we're not making a big deal out of it, nobody knows but me. Oh, no. Trump's begging for money because no one else will help him, not even his rich buddies on Wall Street. And that's not me saying that. That's coming from Fox News.
As of yet, none of his billionaire friends are ponying up money, from what I understand. I've been asking them.
What is behind their reluctance?
Well, it's as of now, so
Right.
let's see.
I
I mean,
are they afraid that they might
change.
not see it anytime soon? The money, if he even succeeds on appeal, what's
Yeah, I mean
the
that's one thing. Just generally, Donald doesn't have a great record at paying back banks over the years.
what's their reason? They're afraid they're never going to see the money again.
I have no idea what their exact reason. You want me to postulate here?
Sure.
Yeah, I just think that they don't think they're going to get their money back.
Yeah, no. You'd have a better chance getting your money back from a shredder. Donald Trump has stiffed contractors, banks, employees, the government, his own lawyers. Anyone who expects to get the money Trump owes them ends up looking like this. I mean, seriously, listen to this part again.
Just generally, Donald doesn't have a great record at paying back banks over the years.
Generally. Imagine going in for a loan. And just one last question. Are you the kind of person who pays people back? Generally? No. Okay, what about sporadically? Also no. I don't like that part. Things are so bad for Trump that his buddies are now openly begging rich guys to give money on TV. Here's Trump's former economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, asking Shark Tank billionaire Kevin O'Leary to loan Trump the money. Watch as O'Leary completely ignores the question.
Now, I was wondering, if he can't get to the Supreme Court, will you loan him the $460 million?
You know,
just to help, in order to protect America's name. Think of it that way.
To get the bond, he was able to get the 90+ million from Chubb.
Yeah.
I don't know of a bond more than 90 million. I don't recall one.
Yeah, you
and
can't
so
do
you
it.
need cash to back up the bond insurance. And so now we're talking about the terminology of seizing assets. That actually. That's foreign language to an American investor.
Right.
Loaning Donald Trump $500 million wouldn't even be a good business plan on a show called Tank. Although shame on Kudlow for not knowing that when you have a shark in front of you, you can't just ask for money, you have to pitch them a product. Maybe that's Trump's next move. He could bring Lindsey Graham as his sidekick. And now allow me to introduce my business partner, Lindsey. Lindsey, would you like to say a few words to the sharks?
If you got any money to give it.
The callback worked, Meemaw. Yeah, he's laughing now, Meemaw. Oh, who got quiet? Trump's been reduced to begging donors and friends for money because no financial institution will give him money he owes. Over the weekend, his son Eric Trump explained the reaction he's been getting when he tries to borrow the money.
Every single person, when I came to them saying, hey, can I get a $500 million bond? Maria, they were laughing. They were laughing.
Yeah. Were they laughing at the amount, or were they laughing at you? Like, did they laugh after you asked them, or did it start when you walked in? Like, when you, Eric Trump, asked them for $500 million for your dad, who generally doesn't pay people back. Did they get up, walk to the door, open it, and shout to the rest of the office, hey, everyone, get in, you gotta see this. And then did they take out their phone, press record, and say, all right, now say it again. I want to send this to America's Funniest Home Videos. Trump is so desperate for the money, he's even gutting the Republican National Committee so he can install loyalists and drain the cash for himself.
Donald Trump's allies have now ordered mass layoffs at the Republican National Committee. It comes just days after Trump's allies, including his daughter-in-law, took command of the RNC. Headlines calling it a, quote, bloodbath and a, quote, mob-like takeover.
Trump's own daughter-in-law is now the co-chair of the RNC, and she's acting on a mandate to divert RNC committee spending away from down-ballot races, for instance, and toward stuff important to her and her father-in-law. Trump's various legal fees.
Every single penny will go to the number one and the only job of the RNC. That is electing Donald J. Trump as president of the United States.
And when she says every penny, she means every penny. Trump's going to go office to office shaking the change out of everyone's pockets. He'll have his heavy Lindsey Graham with him to intimidate people. I'm going to break your knuckles if you don't pony up. So if you got any money to give,
give it.
This has been a closer look. Or don't.